The Chat tab is where you will find all of your one-on-one and group chats within Teams. You can quick access this with the shortcut Control and 2. Up here under Chat there is a drop down and there are two options. So Chat will show you all of your chats, and Contacts allows you to add people to a favourites list so you can quick access a chat with them. If we go back to Chat, over here we've got a filter button. So if we click this, it will change it to a search bar and you can search for chats by contact names. On the three dots which replaces the filter button, you can filter chats. So there are three options. You can filter by unread messages, you can filter by meetings, and you can filter by muted chats. When you have a meeting on Teams, a chat is automatically created. So that is what the meeting filter is for. And you can also mute chats, which switches off notifications. I'll show you how to do this later. When you do filter, you'll see an icon at the top here to show you that you have a filter on, and this little icon will represent the filter type. To remove this, you just press the clear filter X. Next to the filter button is new chat. So this will open up a brand new chat with someone. You can enter the name, email, group or tag to start the chat. On the right over here there is a drop down arrow, and if you press this you can enter a group chat name if you are starting a chat with multiple people. If we go back to this existing chat, once you have started a chat you will have various options across the top here. So first up you can see the person's profile icon. If it's a group chat, the icon will be split into different profile pictures, or it may just be initials. This little circle on the profile icon is the person's status. So if you hover over that, you can see that Sam is currently busy. If you also hover over their profile icon, a little card will appear with all their details on. You can also access this by just clicking on the participant's name. Next to this you have Chat, which will be your main chat window. You then have Files. Now this is where any documents that you send on chat will be stored. So this could be images, videos, PDFs, that kind of thing. You can click on the column headings to sort files as well. So by date they were shared on, who sent them, and their name as well. And you can also use the three dots or just tick a file, and you can then open them or download them. Back up to the top you have organisation. So this just shows you the hierarchy of the organisation created, so you can see people as managers, see other people in their team as well. And then you have activity, and that just allows you to see that person's activities and teams that you both have access to. So we both have access to all staff and Sam's team, so you can see that she's posted different things in those teams. Next to activity you have the plus tab. So this allows you to add other tabs or documents to your chat. So for example, we could add a whiteboard to this chat. We'll give it a name, hit save, and we're also going to post to the chat about this tab. So that will just notify Sam that we've added it. And then you can see that it adds it at the top as a brand new tab. This will then give us both access to the whiteboard so we can collaborate together. Now if I head back to the chat, over on the right here at the top there are some different options. So the first is video call, so that will start an instant video call with people in the chat. You then also have the option for audio only. This button here is to share your screen, so you can pick a screen to then share with people in your chat. You then have the option to add people. If you're in a one-on-one chat and you add more people, it will start a separate chat for that group, and any people added will not be able to see previous messages. You then also have a pop-out option, so that just allows you to pop out your chat in a separate window if you want to do something else in Teams at the same time. Next we're going to go over to our chats on the left. So you have another option to pop out a chat here. You then have more options. So once again you have pop-out chat. You can mark a conversation as unread. So if you read something but you want to come back to it later, you can mark it as unread. You can pin specific chats, so if there is one chat that you want at the very top of your chat all the time, then you can pin it. You can add someone to your favourite contacts, so again that's where we went into the little drop down at chat here. You can mute, so I did mention earlier that you can mute a chat from sending you notifications, so that's how you would do it. You can hide a chat, so that will basically hide the chat from your chat list. You can turn off notifications, and you can manage any apps within the chat. Now on to actually chatting. So down here we have the type a new message box. So I'm just going to write, I've added this whiteboard for us to collaborate. To send this, you can either press the enter button on your keyboard or you can press the little plane icon at the end here. Before I send this, I'm just going to show you a couple of options. So the first one down below the type a new message box is a formatting option. So you can put things in bold, you can italic, underline, you can also add linked text, you can add tables, things like that. Next along you have delivery options, so these allow you to set a status of importance. So there are three options. You can either send your message as usual, which will just send them a notification. You can mark it as important, which will kind of flag it up in kind of bright red, put a little icon on it to show them it's important. Or you have urgent, which will notify the recipient every 2 minutes for 20 minutes that you have sent them an urgent notification. Kind of handy if you really want to get hold of someone. So we're just going to mark this one as important. You can see here it's got the important status now. Next to this is attachments, so you can send through OneDrive or upload from your File Explorer. Just remember that any files that you do send will be logged under your Files chat at the top as well. Next to attach files is a relatively new feature at the time of this recording, which is live components. It basically allows you to send tables and checklists that can be edited within the chat by all participants live. We do have a separate video showing this, so we'll add that to the description of this video if you want to know more. Next along we have emojis, so if you can remember the character codes you can just type them in, so if we do that we'll get a smiley face. However, there are a lot of emojis on Teams, so if we click on here you can see there are so many different options under each category. You can also use the search bar at the top to search for specific things, so we're just going to put an extra little emoji there. Next to emojis is GIFs. We do love a GIF here at Breakwater, so this is just another fun way to express your emotions. You can search for GIFs, so let's just search for yay, and you can scroll down and pick one, and that will just add it to the bottom of your message like that. Next to GIFs is stickers, so these are more static images. You can see there is actually a section for Clippy, so he is back. And you can even create memes, so any with a little pencil means that you can just edit these and add text to them. After stickers, we have a little calendar with a plus. This allows you to schedule a meeting with the person you're chatting with. This will pop up a new window for you to make the meeting, so you can add the title, date, time, location, and some notes in there if you need to. Teams calendar does sync with Outlook, so any meetings you send through Teams will also go to your Outlook too. The next few, so next to the calendar we have Stream. This is a separate video content platform, so we'll kind of skip past this for now. Next to this is Praise. So this is a nice way to send someone praise for their good work. So you can send a little thank you card, you can write a note. It's just a nice way, particularly if you're in a group chat maybe, to highlight someone's achievements. We then have Approvals. So again, Approvals is a separate app. We do actually have a video demo for this, so I'll pop a link in the description to that. Viva Learning is another separate platform. I believe it needs specific licensing, so I think we'll kind of brush over that. And then we have Tasks. That's another separate app. We do have a video for that, which I can put in the description. And then you have your more options. So you can add other apps to your chat with people, so it'll only add to this specific chat. You can actually customize this whole toolbar here. So if you don't use Viva Learning, you can actually just unpin that from your chat bar, and then the next icon will move on there. You can also find other apps, so there are some suggestions, you can search for them or you can click more apps. We won't go into that because I think you'll get to know that more as you learn the ins and outs of Teams and what kind of apps you might use. But each app will do something different. So the weather app, for example, if I search for Norwich, which is where we are, and we click on this, it will just create a little weather card that you can send to someone. And if you want to get rid of that, you can before you send. So now I'm quite happy with my message, so I'm just going to send that across. And then just to note again, you can see the importance message, so it's all flagged up in red, so she'll know that it's an important message. Now you may also notice that as I'm showing you this, there are some little emojis that have popped up, and these are reactions. So you can actually react to people's chat messages. You might not want to react to your own, but you can just hover over someone's message and you can maybe send them a little heart. If you hover over the heart, you can then see who has reacted and with what reaction. There's also a more options button here, so you can reply directly to a specific message. So if you click on the reply, it will appear in your type a new message box, and you can just put thanks or whatever you need to write, and that will then show them that you have replied to that specific message. So that's really handy if someone sent you multiple questions in different messages. You can also use the more options to save messages. So if you want to come back to something later, you just press save message. You can access this in your profile icon at the top here and just go to saved, and that will show you all the messages that you have saved. There are also some other options, so you can mark something as unread. There's a more actions on the more options, so you can create tasks. Again, these are all to do with separate apps, which I think you'll kind of get to know more as you use Teams more. But that is an overview of the Teams chat.